Get ready to be spellbound because in this episode of Erudite Magic, we're unlocking the ultimate secrets to mastering the art of magic. Whether you're a beginner just starting out or a seasoned pro looking to take your skills to the next level, this guide is for you. This is the video you wish you had when you first started, filled with comprehensive tips and tricks to help you progress quickly and efficiently. So put on your wizard hat, grab your magic wand, and let's dive into the mystical world of magic together. Before you ever learn any tricks whatsoever in magic, you need to start studying. But it doesn't have to be boring like schoolwork. I'm talking about studying the theory of magic. Read everything you can get your hands on to learn about the history, theory, and technique of magic tricks. Don't worry too much about absorbing all the information or retaining it right now. It's a little bit like drinking from the fire hose. And I don't care what you read. It can be about coin magic, cards, ropes, mentalism. At this stage of the game, the point is just to familiarize yourself with all of the different branches that magic encompasses. In fact, as you start to read and watch videos, most of this isn't going to make sense right now. Back when I was first getting into magic, I bought a big, thick magic book, thinking this would be the ultimate magic guide in my life. But as I started to read it, I didn't understand a lot of the words that they were using. Like double lifts, controls, palms, none of that really made sense to me. But after continuously reading different things and pursuing magic for a year, I revisited the book and found out that I understood exactly what it meant. The best way to learn just about anything is immersion, and that is the name of the game right now. Once you've kind of immersed yourself in some magical knowledge by reading and watching videos, etc., now it's time to start learning some tricks. And the simpler, the better. Go back in your mind to the first time you saw magic performed and you got fooled. You just loved that feeling. Remember that the secret to whatever you saw was probably pretty simple. So don't get intimidated by what you're learning and thinking that it won't fool anyone. It will. At this next step, you're just trying to get comfortable with the things that your hands will have to do to pull off the tricks successfully. So as you're picking out tricks from these things that you're reading, choose something that's easy to do and easy to understand. You want to get some confidence that you can do this because you can. Over time, if you stick with this and you keep doing this, you're going to end up doing a lot more of the advanced stuff that you appreciate from some of your heroes in magic. You're going to kind of play with all different types of magic in this phase as you pick out easy tricks. Learn an easy coin routine. Figure out how to do an easy card trick. Maybe you're a rope magician and you want to perform the Professor's Nightmare. It doesn't make a difference as long as you're starting to build a list of easy to do tricks that you want to perform. The key to learning these tricks is practice. I know a lot of magicians hate that word, but practice can be fun. The key to practice is making it regular. Let me give you an analogy that most of us will understand. If you lift weights, then doing it 1 day a week for 3 hours is not as good as doing it 3 days a week for 1 hour. So consistency is what you want to build. Figure out what works in your schedule, a consistent time. Maybe you're a morning person. Save a couple of minutes first thing in the morning to practice this easy to do trick that you're trying to learn. Or if you're a night owl, once everybody's settled in for the night, take some time for you to dedicate to this hobby that you love, magic. Here's a pro tip for you. Sometimes you can practice in front of the TV. If it's a sleight that you're trying to learn, it's a little bit mindless and you're just trying to teach your muscles how to do it, that might be okay. But a lot of times you need to shut out the distractions to get the maximum benefit. And don't forget to practice what you're going to say. Sure, half the trick is knowing the moves, and you need to be comfortable enough with that so that it's almost like driving a car or riding a bike. If you really want to grow, you need to find a community that you can envelop yourself with. You need to know that there's a whole group of people that love the same things that you do. So take advantage of that and accelerate your learning. If you get together with other magicians, you're going to get to see a lot of different types of magic, maybe things that you hadn't even read about or learned in the previous stages of your development. And it might help you decide what you like. Maybe you'll encounter something that you've never seen before and it becomes the thing that you want to do. You'll also be able to learn from what others are studying, performing, and their encouragement. But not only belong to a bigger group, I would also encourage you to have a tighter knit, close group that you get together with regularly to give each other feedback and brainstorm ideas about what they want to see in their acts or what's going well, what's not, where could I use some improvement. Of course, you want these people to be people who care about you and want to see you succeed. If you don't have a club close to you or you can't meet in person, there's also a lot to be gained from the now prevalent online groups that you can find on social media or by doing a quick Google search. Oh, And conventions, these are a great way to meet a lot of magicians. Just go, learn, enjoy yourself, and maybe even connect with some new people. Don't be afraid to experiment at this stage. It's all about discovering yourself and what you like. Sure, you'll hear from others about what they like or don't like, but ultimately it's up to you to decide what works for you. At this point, as you're beginning, you've really won the lottery. Since you're not really counting on this newfound hobby to pay your bills or put food on your table or take care of your family, you have freedom. You can play around with different things until you find something that you're going to obsess over. And that's when you know you found the type of magic that you like to perform. Speaking of performances, that's the next step, is to get out there and perform. Because after all, magic really only exists in performance, in the minds of our audience. What we're doing behind the scenes with the sleights, that's just the method. But the magic happens when someone observes you break one of the laws of physics. What I encourage you to do is start with friends, family, and maybe even coworkers. The key is that these people need to know you just a little bit and be accessible. You need to see them frequently enough that you feel comfortable sharing a piece of yourself with them. Ask to show them something you've been working on and explain that they'll either witness a miracle or they'll help you get one step closer to sharing something truly amazing with the world. You've been practicing, you've been getting feedback from other magicians, you've read all the techniques, you found something you love, and now you're ready to create that virtuous cycle where you're giving someone a reaction that you love to experience yourself, a moment of wonder and amazement. And once you experience that, it'll make you want to continue to pursue that and keep going, to share it with other people. Over time, if you learn a small handful of effects and stick with them, you'll learn how to maximize all the right beats with your personality and skill. After a while, you'll automatically start building up to bigger and bigger crowds because as your friends and coworkers tell others of this newfound skill, they'll be bringing in more people to see what you have to share. One other way that I think you can advance your skills even more quickly is to watch other professionals perform. This could be on TV, YouTube, or going to see a live performance. While it's never right to steal another performer's material or scripts, there's still a lot you can learn about how magic can be presented effectively. For example, Darren Brown and David Blaine are two of the most successful professional magicians in the world today. But they could not be more different in their performing styles. Watching them and others will help you get an idea of what kind of performing style works for you. Remember, all of this is just for entertainment. Don't take yourself too seriously. Perform and share part of yourself, something that you love, with the rest of the world, and do it with an attitude of respect, not only for your audience, but also for their intelligence. If you'd like to see a list of books that I recommend for anyone serious about studying magic, check out this video about my 5-foot shelf of magic series. As always, my friends, I appreciate you watching, and until next time, keep reading.